Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nate from thetechunion.com, bringing you the third tutorial in the AP Computer Science and Java tutorial series. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to convert numbers that are in base 10 or decimal to base n. So any other base besides base 10. And this video, I'm going to be using Paint, so it's a little bit more visually appealing and better to understand, hopefully. The reason I did it in a text editor last episode is because I wanted to put a lot of notes in there for a bunch of notes for the base conversion info and the number systems. But anyways, I just want to do a quick review before we get into today's lesson, reviewing how to convert base into decimal. And in the last video, I called them bases, but you might also hear them called radices or radix. Later on, once you get higher up, it's common to name it number system or radix something, radix n or base n, or their Latin name or their official name, like hexadecimal, is base 16 or radix 16. So radix, radices are pretty much used interchangeably with base. So just terminology that you should probably know. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. Let's do the review. So I got an octal number, and I want to convert it to base 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 7, as you can recall. Let me get bigger brush size. Let's take 7, and then let's go ahead and write our powers of 8 first. So we have 8 to the first, and then we have 8 to the 0. So that simplifies to 1 and 8. So now we have 7 times 8 plus, let me erase this. Okay. 7 times 8 plus 7 times 1. 7 times 8 is 56. Plus 7 equals 63. So that is 63 base 10. So hopefully that, if you're still struggling, this cleared it up, since it's a little bit easier to see, and I went through it. So now we're going to be talking about how to convert other numbers that are in base 10 to another base. So I've got 3 examples in today's video, and then I got a quiz set up. So, and while I'm erasing, let me just tell you a bit about the next 2 videos. The next 2 videos we're not going to really be learning anything new. We're just going to be building upon what we learned and applying it. So that's what we're looking forward to in the next 2 videos. So let's get started with the lesson. So I have one problem here. The first problem, 144 base 10, and we want it converted into base 5. Now I'm going to show you 2 methods. On the first problem, I'm going to show you how to do both methods, and then I'm going to show a problem exclusively using that method and a problem exclusively using the other method. So the first method is remainder division, and the first step in this is, let me get a bit more space here. The first step in this is we just write out our powers of 5, or powers of whatever base you have. So 5 to the 0, 5 to the first, and you do this until you reach a number that is less than, the largest number less than your base. 5 cubed, so, and then these all equal, this equals 1, this equals 5, this equals 25, this equals 125, And if we did 5 to the 4th, that'd be 625, so we don't need to do that. So we wrote out the highest power, we wrote out our powers of 5 to the highest power less than our number. So now what we do is we just do a bunch of division. We put 144 divided by our largest power of 5, 125, and we get 1. 1 times 125, we get 125. What was that? It's not 2. 125, and then we subtract 125 from 144, and we get 19. And then we move on to 25. We put 25 right here, so 19 divided by 25, and we go ahead and write down the 1. So that's not really looking like a good 9. My handwriting's not too good in paint, especially with mouse. It's really hard to write on a computer with a mouse. Alright, so we got 19. 25 goes into 19 0 times, and our remainder is 19. So we put a 0 here. And then we write down 19 again, but this time we're going to divide by 5. So 19 divided by 5, we get 3. 3 times 5 is 15. So you just pretty much do long division here. We get 4. So we write down 3 here. 3 here. Alright. So now our remainder is 4, so we do 4 divided by 1, and then 4 divided by 1 is 4. So our answer, 144 base 10, equals 1034 base 5. And we can go ahead and check what we learned in the last video to verify we got the correct answer. So we have 1 here. So this represents the 5 cubes. This one represents the 5 squared. This one represents the 5 to the first. This one represents the 5 to the zeros, the units. So we do 1 times 125 plus 0 plus 3 times 5. So we get 125 plus 15, that's 140, plus 4 times 1, so that's 144, so we did it correctly. Alright, now I want to show you how to do the other method, and this is called mountain division, and you might be familiar with it in some algebra courses. They teach it for prime factorization. It's just a method of prime factorization. So gonna get all that. So the previous method is just remainder division. Just do long division until you get your result. This one, you don't need to find out which power of 5, you don't need to find out your powers of 5, so that's an advantage to this method, and you don't need to worry about if it's greater or less or anything like that. You just have to divide by 5 each time. So pretty much what you do is you have your number, and then we're going to divide it by 5. I'm going to give I need more space. Get a little bit more. Okay. A little bit more. Okay. So I suppose you can do it either way. You can, oh, no. Yeah, okay, good. You can write it starting from the bottom going up, or starting from the top going down, but either way works fine. It's just a way of writing it. So I'm going to start from the top and then work my way down. I'm talking about the page, so the division sign's going to be upside down. So we got 5 here. 144 divided by 5. Let's see, 20, so 28 is what we get. 28 remainder 4. 28 remainder 4. Alright, so need to keep that in mind. So now we do 28 divided by 5. So that gives us 5 remainder 3. Okay, now we do 5 divided by 5, and that gives us 1, remainder 0. And then we're going to divide by 5 again. 1 divided by 5 is 0, remainder 1. So now what you do is you work your way back up. So your final answer, work your way back up to the beginning, and then you write it out left to right. 10, 34. So you're pretty much writing down your remainders. And we get the same answer, as you can see. And if you feel more comfortable about writing bottom to top, and that way you can just read straight down your answer, so it'd be like 3, 4. You can do that as well. It just depends on how you see it, which way works best for you. Alright, so that was mountain division. Now we're going to be taking a look at another example, and we're going to be using mountain division with this. Sorry, these base conversion videos are really long compared to the programming videos I usually make. Alright, so let's get another problem. Let's do number 2. Let's do 27 base 10, and we're going to use the mountain division method for this. And then in the next one we'll just do remainder division. So which either method works best for you, your choice. You get the same result, doesn't matter. So 27 base 10. And we want it in base 2. I'm going to do mountain division. So I'm going to start from the bottom this time. Maybe this will work better for you, or maybe the last one works better for you. As I said, just whatever works best for you. Main thing, most important thing. 27 divided by 2, we get 13, and then the remainder is 1. Divided 13 by 2, we get 6, remainder 1. Divide this by 2. Alright, here we go. That's why I messed up last one. 3, remainder 0. Okay, that's what I did. We're going to divide this by 2 again, and we get 1, remainder 1. And then we got divided by 2 again. We get 0, remainder 1. 2 goes into 1 0 times, and you have a remainder of 1. So this is our answer, working from this way, because last time we did it backwards. So it's kind of confusing because this one is kind of like a palindrome. So 1 0 1 1, and we can check that with our base 10 lesson. We had 1 2 4 8 and 16 powers of 2. So 1 times 1 is 1, plus 2 times 1 is 2, so 3 plus 8, 11 plus 16, that gives us 27, so we did it correctly. So just remember, this is probably best because you're going to be reading it down. You should probably, start the division from the bottom, work your way up, and then you read the opposite direction. So the important thing to remember is read the opposite direction of the way you went up the mountain. So just kind of think of it climbing up the mountain, going down the mountain. Sorry I confused you there, but let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so we reviewed that. That is 1 plus 2 plus 8, so we get 11 plus 16, and we get 27. So now let's do the my favorite method, the remainder division method, my preferred method. Alright, this time let's do a decimal and make it into a hexadecimal. That should be fun. And this is problem number 3. And let's have about 31, that'd be a good number. And let's convert it to hexadecimal. So 31 base 10 to hexadecimal, base 16, radix 16. radix 16. So let's write out our powers of 16. 16 to the first, 16 to the 0. Alright, so this gives us 1 and 16. And 16 squared is 256, so that's way too big. So let's do 31 divided by 16. Oops, that kind of got messed up. 6. Okay, that gives us 1, so 16 times 1 is 16. And they subtract and we get 15. So now we do 15 divided by 1. It gives us 15, remainder 0. And then we get a remainder of 15 up there, of course. So we have 1, and then how do we represent stuff that is 10 or greater? Well, like I said in the last video, we represent it by letters. So A is 10, B is 11, and so on. F is the letter we use for 15. So A equals, let me just write them. A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D equals 13, and then of course E equals 14. Just a bit of clarity for you. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So the answer is 1F, base 16. And if we want to check this, we can go ahead and multiply 1 times 16, and then we add 15 times 1, so 16 plus 15 is 31. So that is it for the lesson today, folks. Now it's time to wrap up with the quiz. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope I explained it well. The mountain division might have been a little bit confusing, but remember, up the mountain, down the mountain. That should help you remember. And if you don't want to worry about that confusion, just use the remainder division method. Just choose what you like best. It's pretty much the whole point of that. So I already have the quiz loaded up, so you didn't have to go through my horrible writing. I didn't have to suffer through that. So here's the quiz. I'll go ahead and read it out to you. Number 1 is 84 base 10 to binary, and then number 2 is 47 base 10 to hexadecimal, and then number 3 is 113 base 10 to octal. So go ahead and pause the video now and do the quiz, and you have 5 seconds before I show the answers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so for number 1, the answer is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 100. Don't worry about if you didn't get this leading 0. I just wrote it like that because it looks like a byte. You can just leave that out if you want. So don't count that against you if you put that there or you didn't put that there. It's just optional, so don't worry about that. But the answer is either with a 0 in the beginning, extraneous 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 100, or 101, 0, 100. I'll just leave it like that. Kind of long, so let's do that. Number 2, the answer is 2F. Number 3, the answer is 161. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do my preferred method, the remainder division. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So for the first one, we're going to list out powers of 2. Let's do, okay, so 2 to the 5th is 32. So this looks like, and then 2 to the 6th is 64, and 2 to the 7th is 128. That's too big. So the highest power we need is 2 to the 6th, 64. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 times 4 is 16, and then times 4 again, so that's, 64. So 2 to the 6th, 2 to the 5th. It's very helpful to remember your powers of 2. 2 to the 4th, 2 to the 3rd, 2 squared, 2 to the 1st, 2 to the 0. So this gives us 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and 64. Alright, we need a lot more space for this. Let's just kind of stretch it out a bit. Mainly in the... need it to the right is the problem. Maybe if I... there we go, that's better. Okay. Alright, now we got a lot of space. Alright. So let's take... our number is 84. Let's write down 84 and divide it by 64. This one will probably be the longest, the other two are pretty short. So 84 divided by 64, that gives us 1. 1 times 64, we subtract 64. We get 20. So our remainder is 20. So now we go to 32. 64. Wait, not 64. 20 divided by 32. That is 0. Remainder 20. And then let's go to 16. 20 divided by 16. 1. Remainder 4. Now let's go to 8. 4 divided by 8 is 0. Remainder 4. Then we go on to 4 divided by 4. That is 1, remainder 0. And then now we have 0. 2, 0 divided by 2 is 0, remainder 0. 0 divided by 1 is 0, remainder 0. So we have 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So that's pretty much how you do it. And we'll go ahead and do the mountain division for the next one. Why not? I promised the videos would be shorter, but they actually turned out to be about the same length. Yeah, base conversions are a pretty long topic, but we're going to be going a lot faster once we get past this. My guarantee. So, especially the next two videos of base conversion, we're not going to be learning really anything new, so not much to worry about there. And then we have I'm going to be starting programming, so that shouldn't be that bad. So math can take a break after this. So 47 base 10 into hexadecimal. So let's do up the mountain, down the mountain. 47 divided by 16, we get 2. So that's 2 times 16 is 32. 47 minus 32 is 15, so our remainder is 15. Okay, so then we do 16 divided by 2. 2 divided by 16, and then we get 0, remainder 2. So up the mountain, down the mountain. So 2, 15. 15 is represented by F. 2, F. So that's where that answer comes into play. So now this is the last one of the quiz. Go ahead and erase everything, nice and good. Nice and neat. Alright. So we have 113, and we're going to divide by 8. So let's think about this. E times what would give us something a little bit less than that. So 14 would be 80 plus 32, so yeah, that can work. So 14, remainder 1, and you can see it's starting to play into our answer, so we're going to go up the mountain, divide by 8, we get 1, remainder 6, our answer looks like we're doing it correctly. 1v6. Yeah, good old paint. 1, remainder 6, divide by 8 again, we get 0, remainder 1. So then we go down the mountain, 1, 6, 1. And that is it for this video, guys. I hope you did well on the quiz. I hope you understand. I hope we were able to review the last section, and so you can check your, now you know how to check your answers if you're going from base N to decimal, you can reverse it, and if you're going from decimal to base N, you can also reverse it. So now you know both methods, both ways of doing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. In the next video, we will be talking about base, what was it? Base N to base M, and then the video after that, we're going to be talking about base arithmetic. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we're going to, of course, we're going to be starting programming. So this probably will be the last long video, since we're not going to be covering anything radically new in the next couple of episodes. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.